Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Crystal,
Rugi.
Real Walk
To Real Talk.
This is the 7th episode. Wow.
Yeah, it's just moving along. Thank you guys for watching.
So today we are talking about
The advice that you would give your younger self.
right.
Like, if you can go back and give your younger self some advice on some of the decisions that you probably would have changed, maybe, or even just like to prepare yourself for the future, what would you tell your younger self?
So what would you tell
I was gonna ask you.
young Rugi?
I would tell her to just continue her bubbly personality. I would also tell her that you don't have to entertain everyone, because sometimes you entertain people that you just really have no business entertaining. And I'm not just talking about relationships, I'm talking about friendships.
I thought you meant like entertain. I thought you were like entertain, like da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, okay, that's different.
No, it wasn't what I was talking about, but I get where you can get that from. So I wasn't talking about that.
I got
so
it.
everybody's.
I got it.
Are you caught up?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Yeah, and just continue to be happy, like, and really, you're a good person, and I don't think the younger me knew that all the time.
What would you tell the younger you, like, when you were going through, like, hard times? Like, what would you say to yourself?
That it is going to be okay. This too shall pass, which may sound cliche, but it does.
I know.
And also, it's okay to express how you feel, because the younger me didn't.
Right.
I didn't.
Stuff,
I
like,
bottled stuff in to where I always had a smile on my face. Like, it was easier for me to just be like, I'm okay, but I wasn't really okay. And I had posted something on Facebook, and I was like, sometimes you go back and you look at some of your pictures and you see the smile, but you really know what was behind that smile. And you think, and you're like, man, I remember, like, I was able to put on a good front, and it's also okay to talk to people outside, because I think in the Black community sometimes there's a real stigma on going and talking to people, doing therapy and all that. And there's nothing wrong with having somebody who does not know you, because sometimes you have you could talk to your friends, you could talk to some people, but they know you, so they're just gonna tell you you're fine, get over it, it'll be all right.
Some things that you like feel some kind of way about sharing with them sometimes.
Right. And sometimes talking to a complete stranger is okay, and you don't have to be embarrassed of doing that. And so what would you tell your younger
Crystal?
I have a couple of questions for you.
Interview Crystal.
Yeah.
The younger me. One, I guess I would tell myself to not spend so much time like harboring ill feelings towards others. I think that for a long time, even though, like, I laughed, I kicked it, I had fun with my friends. I think like the part of me that I didn't show everybody, like, I was unhappy, for, a lot of reasons. But again, like you said, like, just not bottling up my feelings. I think I would tell my younger self, and I'm telling my older self, is to, like, be vulnerable with some people, like, let out how you really feel, because when you don't express yourself, then you begin to build negative things within, and then you start carrying things and you don't even know that you're carrying it.
Right.
You have all these different things of baggage, but you don't know what it is until you start doing, like, the work to, like, better yourself. So that's one thing I would tell myself, is, like, to not be so angry. Don't be angry. Like, let it go. Not be so uptight, because I feel like sometimes, like, I have control issues. I'm working on it, and I'm getting better at it. Don't tap me. Don't tap me.
I do it all. It's my life.
Whatever. So, yeah, I just, like, not to be so controlling. And then I would also tell myself, like, you're capable. You can do it. There's some things that, like, maybe I wanted to do when I was younger, I'd be like,
You know, like,
that's too big. I can't do that. Let me just focus on the practical
I
thing.
wanted to go to fashion school.
Right.
And I, like, really wish, still to this day, I wish I would have just pushed and went to FIDM. Like, I really wanted to do it,
Right.
but I got talked out of it. And I was just like, you're right.
I love hair, and so, like, the real Rap Raws, I didn't become a stylist because I didn't want to work on Saturday. But I mean, I loved doing hair from when I started doing my own hair when I was 7. Like, and it didn't look crazy. My mom would just make sure the parts were straight for me. And I learned how to braid when I was 13. Like, I loved hair, but then I went away to college. And I just started, I was like, I'm in college. I don't have time to be stopping to do no hair. And I might not be doing it right now, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have got my license, but just, accomplishing that goal.
Right.
I think I would, I kind of regret, like, not going after that and doing it because I think that I would have been very good at it.
Another thing I would probably tell my younger self is that you're not going to have everything together. And I think when you're in, like, high school, even early college, you're like, I'm going to do this by this age, and this is going to be done, and I'm going to be working at a Fortune 500 company.
Just live.
Like, yeah.
Like,
and
live.
It's okay to try different things. I will try anything once. I'd rather say that it didn't work than worry. And I think that comes from the fact that I didn't get to go to fashion school and do what it is I kind of really wanted to do. Not saying that could stop me now, because there's never, I might go. You never know.
Right.
And I can do what I want to do. Like, that's just, can't stop yourself. What would you tell your younger self on your wedding day?
I don't know. Like, for me, my wedding day was like everything that I wanted it to be, minus my mom not being there. So I think that was like the only like real hard thing for me was like I always because she passed away so unexpectedly.
Right.
Like I planned my wedding with my mom, so like I think I did a good job of still like enjoying the moment, even though I was kind of sad. Well, not kind of. I was definitely sad. It was a bittersweet day for me. But I tried to focus on the sweet, and I made sure that, everybody around me focused on that because I didn't want to be like, But as far as like what my wedding looked like, it was beautiful. But me now, there's things that I would have did totally different. And I think I might have like not done such grand. Yeah. It probably would have been like more intimate, more small. My family is big, and my younger self then, I guess, was like,
everybody. Right?
I gotta invite everybody because I don't want nobody to be mad at me, or you know what I mean. Like, but me now, like, I don't care. It ain't meant for everybody to be there. It was a special moment, and I'm glad those who came. But some people I don't even talk to. So it's like they were there for that pivotal moment in my life, but they're not here now. So like I would tell my younger self that less can be more. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. You don't have to have everybody. You don't have to please everybody. You don't have to go super grand because you're worried about what other people think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that's what I would tell her.
Our younger selves were fun.
Yeah.
What else? I would tell my younger self in college, stop fighting.
Like that?
Stop
fighting.
Yeah, stop fighting. No. I was angry. I was angry that I would pop off like so easy. Like there was no calming me down. Like, and the thing about it was I would go from like 100, like 0 to 100 real quick, like in my Drake voice, like real quick.
Real quick, yeah.
And there was no need for that. Like,
ooh, the college me.
Calm down. She was a wild girl.
So like There's parts of the college me that I loved, and then there's parts of like, let's just like not talk about.
Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
Let's retire her altogether. But like I said, like I feel like my younger self in college, particularly, just go after everything that you want. Go after it and see it. You know, I think I was afraid to like fail, and now like I'm not really afraid to fail because you know. You fall, you just get back up, try again, do something different.
Right.
No matter what, you learn something from your failures. And sometimes, you know, failing is best for the next thing that's coming along.
Right.
So, you know, I would definitely go after things that I might have been afraid to do. That's what I would tell her to do. And I would tell her that, you know, I think for me, I carried like insecurities that nobody knew about. But the perception was Crystal's strong, Crystal's confident, you know, you have it together. And I would tell my younger self to believe those things because I didn't always believe it. You're capable, and what people think that because you have the ability.
And those qualities. Yeah,
you have those qualities. And so I would just tell my younger self to make an agreement in your mind with the positive attributes about yourself and disconnect yourself from those things that, you know, don't edify you.
Right.
So, yeah. No, never settle, younger Crystal. That's what I would say. Don't settle.
Younger Rugi, I would say you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're a good person, and if people don't see that, that has nothing to do with you, everything to do with them.
Right.
So let us know what you would tell your younger selves.
How about, do you have like regrets? Are there things like that you did or got involved with that you're like, ugh? Or are you one of those people who's like, I have no regrets?
No, I don't really think there's no such thing as no regrets. There's definitely things that you would love to take back. Like if I could go back and be like, you know what, just not gonna do this. I would definitely. There's a couple of things. Like I said, I'm a repeat dater.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely stop doing that.
There's always, you know, people in the past that you're like,
right. And I would also, I regret, well, no, I don't really say I regret not going away to school because I went away to school. But, like I said, those certain things led me to where I'm at now. So I can't really complain about those things.
So you are I have no regrets. They had to
no, but I'm talking about like going away to school because I was supposed to go away to school in Atlanta and I didn't. You know.
So you
like,
wish you would have like stayed to really see what it was
like.
like.
Just to see what it was like for a little bit. But then I got to go to school in Reno and that was like
amazing.
An amazing experience. I love Go Wolfpack. I love that experience. So I can't. That's where I'm like, I'm kind of torn. And the only reason I would want to go is just so I could see what that was like. But then I still want to have my Reno experience.
Right.
And I regret, I think I could have went harder in school, in like high school.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wish I went a little bit harder. Like I was one of those people where it was like, I could do it, but why do it? Like, let's just go.
I didn't really get serious about college until like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm like so tired of this. I'm gonna go hard. But like, freshman, sophomore year, my focus was, let me get through Monday so I can get to Thursday, and then Thursday was what's popping, what is good
for the weekend,
right?
We'll see. Mine was a little bit different. My parents were strict, so
you were home.
I wasn't.
Home. I was gone.
Yeah.
Away.
See, I was home, so that's when I feel like I rebelled a little bit once I got out. But I would also say like, I'm happy that my parents were a little strict on me.
Yeah,
like,
I get it now.
I get it.
That's a good one because I wish like I would have, like myself now, could go back and tell her like, there's a reason why your mom and dad are like
Yeah, like,
on you like this.
now
It's
I
for
get
your
it.
protection. I promise you.
Right, because
Yeah.
I remember those days where I'd be like, "Can I go to the movies?" And they were like,
You're
"No."
trying to ruin my life.
Yeah, like, but full blown like meltdowns. Like,
No,
you
it-
think it was a Disney
When
movie,
you're
like
in high
dramatic.
school, your parents are trying to ruin your life every week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also just spend more time. Well, I spend a lot of time with my family, but like with my grandparents, I really wish I would have spent a lot more time with them.
Me too.
Because you know, when you're in your teenage years, you're like, oh, I'm not trying to do this, you know.
And really, you're like self-absorbed when you're a
Yeah.
teenager, so everything's about you.
And now I'm like, you know, because as my grandfather got older and his Alzheimer's kicked in, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I had with him. But now I'm like, oh, I wish I could have heard more
Right.
stories and like really had those experiences. So now when I see people with their grandparents, like Sheena's grandmother, oh my, I just love her so much. And like I cherish and I wish I had those memories.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that
I feel the
is-
same way. Like I was thinking about it because I think I'm like one of the youngest or one of the younger grandkids on my maternal side from my grandmother, and so like she kept me. I didn't really do like a whole lot of daycare. Like my grandmother kept me, so like I had a special bond with her. But I know like in high school is when she started to like get sick and toward the end of high school,
Yeah.
and beginning years of college, and she kind of like developed memory issues, or she didn't like know, she didn't have like full blown dementia, but she would go in and out where she didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
And how I dealt with it was like I pulled away, you know, and so I regret like not like really cherishing that time with her.
Right.
And like even up until she died, like I think I distanced myself because I thought I was protecting myself from like the hurt when I knew like I remember having a distinct conversation with my mom, like asking her like, I don't think grandma's gonna like make it to my wedding. She won't be here. And she died like a couple of years before I got married. And I remember when she did die, like I was living in LA and I was cool until like not like happy, but I was like, you know, my grandma's gone, I'm sad. And then I remember going to the funeral when they gave me her obituary. Oh my God, like I lost it full blown.
Yeah.
And that day was just horrible for me because it's like then I felt like terrible for not really making the time
Right.
to, you know. And then also I think I would tell my younger self, because I mean if you knew like when you're gonna lose a parent, you would appreciate them a lot more. And even though me and my mom were like super duper close, and God gave me the grace to come back home a year before my mom passed, and we spent a lot of time together, but I think I just would have been because we were so close, we used to argue. Let's just either your parents get on your nerves sometimes. And I think I would just cherish the moments more. I would do the things that I wanted to do, you know, for her then. Like, you know, I'd be like, oh, when I get, you know, established, whatever, I'm gonna take my mom on trips and blah blah blah.
Like you.
I wish I would have just did it then. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because there really was no reason like why.
Yeah, and I think
waited.
talking to you about like your situation with your mom helps me to really appreciate my
yeah.
parents, and that's how come everybody knows. If you know me, you know I am obsessed with my parents. If I don't talk to them a certain number of times a day,
Right.
I'm like, hey, no, I need to know where you're at. So it's one of those where definitely I appreciate it, and also just like my real close friends. Just appreciate them a whole lot more and let them know that I love them. And, you know, you don't have to be embarrassed to be like, hey, love you, friend. Like, because, you know, sometimes you don't tell people that. And then they pass away. And then you're like, oh, I should have told you this more. I should have did this.
Right.
And, you know, this whole year, well, it hasn't even really been a year yet since my friend Dre passed.
This month.
Yeah, this month it'll be a year. And it feels like yesterday. I can tell you, for the most part, it was the longest week of my life. You know, when he passed. And it's just like, you think about those things and you just really wish there was like more you could say. So I just really just appreciate relationships, like, and really build them.
I would also like be more because me and my dad, we're not as close as me and my mom were. I mean, I love my dad and stuff, but I feel like, you know, there was just some things that made us bump heads. And now that I'm like more mature and just see life different, like I would tell the younger me to just be more patient with him and to understand why he is the way he is.
Right.
And not look at it as it being all about like me. Because there's a reason why people are the way that they are, you know?
Yeah.
And I think when you start to look at things beyond your feelings, then you show people more grace and you're more compassionate and more understanding about how and why they do the things that they do. So I think now, I mean, it's made us better now because I have that perspective. Because now it's not just about like, you know, what he's not doing or how he is doing it or whatever.
Right.
Now I'm able to like really enjoy my dad. You know what I mean? So I would just tell myself to do that with both of my parents, really, because you just know not the time nor the hour when you won't have them here. So
Right. Well, we did it.
Yep.
Another episode.
of us just being candid and real, and hopefully it was beneficial to you. It's good to have like those real conversations sometimes and just talk about, you know, whatever.
Make sure you subscribe.
As always, follow us,
Instagram.
subscribe, hit us up, whatever, you know.
Email us. Do everything.
And then if you follow us on social media and you see us post things, share. Comment. We'll respond.
Yes.
All right, then.
All right.
Happy Friday.
Take care.